What a special day Shabbos is. Matana from Hashem. Hashem's present to Klal Yisrael. Hashem gives us a present. He says, I have a present in my storehouse. I'm giving it to you. We're celebrating Hashem's day. Shabbos is celebration of Hashem's day. Rabbi Shimshon Pinker says, Shabbos is the only mitzvah that has to it a mitzvah deraisa of preparation. On the sixth day, you shall prepare. Now that's typically is talking about preparing physically to make sure you have food for Shabbos. Imagine on a Friday night, you come to the meal, the family comes to the meal, everybody sits down, husband says to the wife, where's the food? She says, oh, I thought you were buying. He says, I thought you were buying. There's nothing on the table. Person cannot have Shabbos without preparation. Misha Tarach B'Erev Shabbos, you work on Friday, you have food on Shabbos. Reb Gamliel Rabinovich, in one of his Pirushim on Shara Kavanah, says that applies as well to spirituality. Person has to spiritually prepare to get ready for Shabbos. Person cannot walk into Shabbos without being prepared. Why? Because if you prepare for Shabbos, you realize how special Shabbos is. A person doesn't go to a wedding without being prepared. Can you imagine a wedding? Imagine the chasna. You have the guests, and you have the friends, and you have the families, and you have all the people that are at the wedding. And then you have the chasna and kala. You know how much preparation they have to get to that wedding? Every person on Shabbos is embracing Hashem like Hashem's day. Person is so special on Shabbos. Of course, we need to prepare. Chofetz Chaim one time was meeting a boy who strayed from the path, and he had a difficult time with Shabbos. And this boy came into the Chofetz Chaim, and he went into his room. And it was very quiet in the room, and someone peeked through the door, and someone saw the Chofetz Chaim was holding this boy's hand. Chofetz Chaim was just had tears coming out of his eyes. He was just crying, and he said, Shabbos, Shabbos, Shabbos. That's all he said, and the boy walked out. There's a rabbi years ago that said the story over in Miami Beach, and at the end of his speech, someone called him over and said, I was that person, and my hand still burns from it. Because as soon as Chofetz Chaim said that, I knew that Shabbos was so important. Why? Because Chofetz Chaim understood that Shabbos is Lasses Shabbos. Shabbos is Sunday, Shabbos is Monday, Shabbos is Wednesday, Shabbos is every day of the week. On Fridays, and on Thursday nights, there's a special concept of Hachana l'Shabbos. Says the Sfas Emes on the words V'Shamru B'nei Yisrael Es HaShabbos Lasos Es HaShabbos. We should make the Shabbos. What does it mean, make the Shabbos? Shabbos is made, it's Hashem's day. Lasos Es HaShabbos means the more we make ourselves ready, the more Shabbos we have. So now we understand such a beautiful Shemesh Shmuel. The Shemesh Shmuel says that in one Gemara, one Chazal, it says if all of Klal Yisrael would watch one Shabbos, they get a Geula. And in another Gemara, it says 2 Shabbosim they get Geula. Says the Shemesh Shmuel, it's all the same. But if you make from Shabbos to Shabbos one big Shabbos, you go to Geula. Doesn't just mean the Geula of Mashiach, it means even your personal Geula. When a person realizes that the whole point of life is Shabbos, the whole point of day-to-day activity is Shabbos, he's going to realize that he's in Geula. There's no problem, because Shabbos is the day of Amunah. Shabbos is Hashem's day.
Noam HaShabbos